There's research prototypes now, which I assume are being used by intelligence agencies, of very small electronic circuits that you can just put in paper or put in paint or on the walls that are powered by the GSM stations. And they operate as the GSM radio wave passes through them. It gives them enough power for a very small amount of time to do things. It's intelligent evil dust scattered everywhere, like confetti in everything.
Smart dust is a combination of self-assembling nanomachines and components who are brought into the biosphere, who accumulate within the human body, and assemble to working units within the human body.
For what reason?
Surveillance. They can, parts of the system are taking again, it's all about light within the cell system. They take out the light from the cells exchanged between the DNA strands and turn it into an electromagnetic signal, which is detectable via satellite and ground stations. So all they need is to kind of identify your DNA fingerprint, light fingerprint, with your name, and then they can watch you 24 hours a day.
So we are running GPS system?
Yes, yeah. Basically. This is one part. The other part is if you reverse the system, you can take an electromagnetic signal, put it into this smart dust within the body, and it will produce light and will start influencing the light exchange within the DNA system. And this can touch basically all aspects of being a human creature. It goes into the emotional part, it goes into sexuality, it goes into thoughts, so you can mind control and sex control people. You don't even realize it, because everything feels natural. You don't realize you are infected by the smart dust, you don't realize that somebody is influencing you because you think it's you. And suddenly you feel anger and rage, and you start a revolution out of it, and you don't know that it's kind of CIA starting the next color revolution. It is social engineering and technical engineering of our mind, and this meets together and is run by the same entities.
Yes.
This is part of the game, kind of. Many things that appear irrational to us, like the discussion about genetic modified crop, the discussion about glyphosate by Monsanto, which is obviously poison as hell, and the state authorities just deny and do not do their duty to protect us from this. In the opposite, we are stuffed up to here with these poisons. The way they talk about vaccinations and insist on putting mercury on top of the vaccines. And this is all part of this biological engineering, because not all the components can be sprayed, so they need certain other mechanisms to introduce certain components into our system to turn it into a biological environment that is accepting and growing these parts of the artificial biology that play a role in the self-assembling nanomachines. So it's a very, very complex thing, attacking from completely different sources where you wouldn't even have the idea to look for a connection. Like, how do you connect agriculture with intelligence communities, with smartness? How do you connect medical treatments, which are officially done to protect us from disease, with the interests of the intelligence community? People are doing this, messing around with our mind in a way that we are not able to put together the pictures anymore.
I've talked to a lot of people with Morgellons. First of all, it started to appear when chemtrails started to appear and people began to notice them. People are finding forms of technology in their bodies. And when you look at the descriptions of the world that's coming from people like Ray Kurzweil, he's talking about intelligent AI in the form of intelligent technology of the kind we're talking about. And there's even a name for it now. They call it smart dust, because of course everything today is smart, because everything smart connects to everything else called smart. That's what it is. It's the creation of a smart grid with all these different expressions of it. And this is clearly what is coming down in chemtrails. And it's affecting not only the human body, it's affecting the environment. Nanobots will infuse all the matter around us with information. Rocks, trees, everything will become these intelligent creatures. What he's saying is that what they're going to do is infuse AI technology into the entirety of the environment. Well, how the hell are you going to do that except by dropping it from the sky? What we call Morgellons sufferers are people whose bodies are rejecting it. And as the body rejects it, they're having physical symptoms, and the stuff is coming out because the human immune system is trying to eject it. The end game is not only to connect the human mind to AI, but to create a completely different human being, to create a synthetic human being. This is why now they are talking publicly about the development of a synthetic genome. And I would say this is so important. Whatever you see in the public arena in terms of technological development is light years behind what's happening in the shadows. This technology has been there for a long time because it's being handed over from non-human sources. it's moving so fast in terms of the AI takeover through the technological developments because they're not developments. It's coming out of projects that are run by DARPA, the technological development arm of the Pentagon, which works with organizations like the National Security Agency and the CIA to run Silicon Valley. The idea is to create a synthetic human. Now, here's the point. This synthetic human is not planned to be male or female, and it's not planned to have the ability to procreate. And this is the real reason for the explosion in transgender everywhere. Who is the biggest target of it? Children and the young. It's being done to prepare people for when they are adults to accept this no gender human. And that's what it's all a mind game. And it's unfolding in front of our eyes.